At Hardee's, there's so many tongue-teasing, wallet-pleasing ways to enjoy our new $5 meal deals, whether it's hand-breaded chicken tenders or the big cheeseburger with fries and a drink. Woo! Go ahead and treat yourself to the new $5 meal deals at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
Explore the past with the Kentucky Historical Society. Take a day trip to the capital city of Frankfort and visit the Kentucky History Center and museums. One ticket gives you access to 3 sites and endless Kentucky stories. Members receive great benefits like free admission and unlimited access to resources, both in person and online. Your support helps important programs like Kentucky History Education, research, and exhibitions to reach communities across the state. Join now at history.ky.gov.
Inflation has been dominating the headlines and emerging as one of the top financial concerns for investors. You may be surprised to learn even relatively low inflation rates can have a significant impact on your finances in retirement. On average, the annual inflation rate's about 3%. This may not sound like much, but costs can add up when you look 30 years down the road. Investing or staying invested in stocks is one way to stay on track and beat inflation. At Family Wealth Group, we understand the concerns of our retired or soon-to-be retired clients. Our customized financial plans are created to weather difficult economic times. Keep in mind, inflation is just one factor considered when creating a portfolio. A holistic plan also includes tax planning, Social Security strategies, health care costs, and leaving a legacy.
I'm John Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan. Pound Law. That's all.
Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Whether it's the original hot ham and cheese, 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tenders, or the big cheeseburger with fries and a drink. Choose your flavor with the $5 meal deals at Hardee's and feed your happy.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device. Count on LEX 18 News.
The latest winter storm is behind us. We're checking conditions around the bluegrass as people prepare to head back to work tomorrow. Plus, the national impact the storm has had on our neighboring states as they clean up downed trees and power lines due to tornadoes. And we're checking in with some of the professions hit hardest by the pandemic and asking how you're doing. The emotional response from a teacher tonight. LEX 18 News at 5:30 starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Nancy Cox. Angie is off tonight. We thank you for joining us for LEX 18 News at 5:30. Well, tonight we're seeing a break in the winter weather, but that's not going to last long. Sorry. Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck is in our weather center looking ahead to more potential for snow later this week already.
Oh, yeah. Within like a couple of days. We're not doing wait till Friday. We have another chance, but we'll worry about that later. We got, a pretty quiet night for us out there. You are looking from the Lexington Financial Center, your St. Joseph Health Weather Bug camera. And it is a snowy picture that we have for you. Now, Lexington, the snow wasn't epic. We had a couple inches. As you went to the south and east, snowfall amounts picked up dramatically, and it actually did so over about a space 15, 20 miles. You get down into Madison County, Garrett County, parts of Jessamine County, into Clark County, Bath, Montgomery counties. You had a half foot of snow in some places down toward Lincoln and Rockcastle County. But on the Max Track Live Doppler here at 5:30, it is a quiet night for us. 28 in Richmond and Danville, 29 in Frankfort, 26 in Flemingsburg. Somerset's at 30. Jackson, we're looking at 26. As we are talking about temperatures on our future track, we'll take you through the evening. I think some high clouds are going to linger through a better part of the night, even though we're showing it fairly clear there. I think we are going to see some of that. Little haze is around as well. That'll turn into fog tomorrow morning, light. Temperatures will be in the 20s. So what'll happen as we see the sun go down this evening and temperatures drop off a few degrees, what may be wet right now on the roads likely freezes back up again, and that could lead to some black ice problems. So do be aware of that later on tonight. Your day tomorrow, we actually get a little bit of a thaw and some sunshine. High temperatures are heading into the upper 30s tomorrow afternoon. We are looking at another snow possibility as we are looking toward the middle of the week. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
All right, Bill, thank you. Now that the snow has stopped, the cleanup is underway in Corbin. The area got several inches yesterday. LEX 18's Christiana Ford rode along with road crews as they worked to clear as much as possible this morning.
It's fun are not driving in it, but road crews in Corbin have been out all night trying to clear the roads. But for Monday, they are saying that it should get a whole lot better. Fallen trees, down power lines, and a ton of snow.
It's a Mustang. It's not very fun in the snow, just trying to get it away from the trees so no more limbs fall.
The morning after a powerful winter storm passed through Corbin, the real cleanup can finally begin.
Conditions is much worse from last night than where we was at last night, but they're coming along. They're getting better as the temperatures rise up, and we're being able to push it off the road a lot better.
Whitley County Judge Executive Pat White says in their part of the county alone, there were several car wrecks as people tried to brave the snow. City of Corbin Public Works Director Jeff Nance says his team helped local tow companies get several people out of ditches.
It's kind of a lost cause, you know. Just push it off the road and it's right back on the road within an hour.
Nance took us on their morning trip through the city to show us the type of conditions drivers will encounter Monday. Snow on hills and tight, slippery turns, even with constant shoveling and salting.
There's a lot of young people out on the road, you know, just got their driver's license, don't know how to drive in the snow.
In Whitley and Laurel counties, Christiana Ford, LEX 18 News.
While the snow created dangerous conditions for many Kentuckians, we've also seen many beautiful images from the snow. Check out these drone shots above downtown Lexington. It is pretty. Photojournalist Tyler Ross also put the LEX 18 drone up in Berea. We saw a very beautiful snow-covered Berea College campus. Isn't that nice? And also found some people out and about having fun in the snow, taking advantage of a hillside to get in on some sledding. Really wish I could do that again. Well, snowplows have been out in force working to get more roads cleared for drivers. This is a look at our LEX 18 mobile camera driving around right now. This is US 68 headed toward Lexington. You can see snow piled high on the side of the road, but the pavement, thankfully, is clear. However, you should still be careful driving until the street's completely dry, and especially watch for black ice as temperatures drop tonight. The dangerous winter storm is wreaking havoc across other places along the East Coast after triggering tornadoes, widespread power outages, and canceling thousands of flights. Chris Wynn is tracking the damage it's already caused and the threatening conditions millions are still bracing for.
Across the eastern United States, a powerful winter storm putting millions of people on high alert. The Northeast bracing for icy conditions where up to a foot of snow could fall in places like Pittsburgh and Buffalo. At one point on Monday, more than 215,000 homes and businesses were without power. Freezing rain in some spots also a factor.
Whether we get out or not tomorrow is still up in the air.
In the Southeast, wintry conditions contributed to the cancellation of at least 4,300 flights across the country since Sunday. Passengers at Charlotte Douglas International Airport among those most impacted by the storm as airlines struggle to recover.
American Airlines rebooked us now 4 different times for canceled planes. And as a result, we've stayed here Saturday night, and we will be here again Sunday night.
Strong winds and heavy rain Monday could also lead to coastal flooding from Virginia to Maine. This after at least 2 tornadoes struck southwest Florida Sunday morning, destroying dozens of homes.
And this terrible, fierce storm came through here, and I got trapped. It lifted me off my feet.
And as the storm continues to push through, officials are pleading with people in hard-hit areas to stay home.
If you hadn't already, now is the time to get prepared. This storm's a menace.
Conditions will improve throughout the South and Mid-Atlantic as temperatures rise, but cold air behind the storm will leave much of the Northeast in a deep freeze until Wednesday. In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
And for some students in the Bluegrass, school is canceled tomorrow. According to a tweet from Morehead State University, classes have been canceled due to the weather. Business offices will operate virtually. Resident halls will be open for students, though, who want to check back in. Keep track of school closures or delays as our winter weather continues. Check out lex18.com. And to keep track of the latest weather conditions wherever you are, make sure to download our free Storm Tracker weather app from the App Store. Well, how are you doing? It's a simple phrase that can reveal a lot. Coming up, we find out how educators are dealing with the long-term impacts of the COVID pandemic. And soon you could get a COVID flu vaccine in a single dose. Details about the work Moderna is doing now.
Winter in the bluegrass.
We're forecasting some pretty significant accumulations.
When snow, ice, and bitter cold are the big stories.
And deep freeze overnight.
Count on the weather team with more experience and the best technology.
On the MaxTrack Live Doppler here at 6:02.
To keep you safe, informed, and connected. Count on the most trusted name in local weather. LEX 18 Storm Tracker Weather and MaxTrack Live Doppler in partnership with Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance.
I am a real customer of Bryant Heating and Cooling. Why do I do this? Because Bryant has always been here for me. I know that my furnace is going to perform its best, but if it doesn't, Bryant will be here. That's why I do this.
My husband was a teacher on the way to school. A utility truck skids on ice and hits him head on. We find out later that driver's boss warned him, don't drive the truck in that weather. But he did. I called 855 Wildcat for the Kentucky Courage Lawyers.
When we make drunk drivers pay, texting drivers wait, and big trucks slow down, we make Kentucky safer for families.
Call 855 Wildcat, Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
Looking for a little adventure? How about games that multiply your winnings up to 200 times? X marks the spot. With more than $118 million in total cash prizes, X marks the spot. And you can win up to $1 million. You found it. The new X Scratch-Off games from the Kentucky Lottery.
Funding more than $4 billion in grants and scholarships.
Uptown Laser, Lexington's premier laser spa. Safe, guaranteed, permanent hair removal performed by registered nurses. Put your best face forward this year. Save up to 70% on our full face laser treatment package, just $89 a month. Call or visit uptownlaser.com today.
Tired of being tired? Lose weight quickly and safely with Ageless Medical Weight Loss. We can help you return to being the best version of yourself. Take the first step toward a healthier, happier you and call Ageless Medical Weight Loss at 859-335-1330.
For 11 years, I have trusted Bryant for my home comfort. That's why this time of year I get routine checkups. Knowing that my furnace is going to perform its best in the worst conditions is total peace of mind.
Schedule preventative maintenance now, just $65.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.
Alrighty, we've had the snow, we've got the cold. The calendar does start with a January on it, so it's not unexpected. But you see our various pictures here around Lexington. Let's take you to Keeneland, where it is a nice snowy picture for you. A couple inches of snow are on the ground there. 2.3 fell across the street there at the Bluegrass Airport. That was the official Lexington total. 2 inches of that was from the primary storm, and the 3/10 came in a little clipper last night, early this morning. 2 separate systems, but it's still kind of all. You go ahead and try and separate the snow. See if you can figure out which came from which storm. Actually, you can. The stuff from during the day yesterday and the evening was packing snow. What fell last night and this morning was powdery. 541 MaxTrack Live Doppler, nothing much going on. So what we are talking about here is the good news. If you are tired of winter already, we're past halftime. We are now getting into the latter half of January, and so meteorological winter, we've passed that midway point. We get a 2-day reprieve before the next round of stuff, and there is some real and prolonged cold lurking out there in the 8-day. Bluegrass Airport, just over a foot of snow that has fallen basically in 2 days. For a normal winter, the entire winter, 14.5 is the total, so we're almost there. So this was the snow forecast that we put out on Saturday. We had tweaked it a little bit from Friday, but the basic ideas. So how did we do? We'll go ahead and put the numbers on here. These came in from our reports, also from the National Weather Service. And you see that mostly a lot of verifications could have taken the dark blue up more toward I-64. Overall, though, considering the complexity of this, we're pretty happy with that. And as I was plotting this stuff out, and I saw what the map looked like underneath this, something interesting. Those are the greatest snowfall totals, are pretty close to it. But how they match up with the Daniel Boone National Forest, which is also in a lot of places that first line of hills. So again, things do match up on geography for a reason at times. I just thought it was really interesting. So we had snow up there already in Minnesota because it's Minnesota, but you can follow the path of that storm as it went down through the deep south and in fact took snow all the way down into Mississippi. The end of it, you see it spinning up here going across New England. We get some lake effect snows going now. In fact, some of that's been coming off of Lake Michigan for us. Parts of the Carolinas, I mean, just buried in snow for us. Again, it was heavier to the south and east of Lexington. High pressure is retreating off to the east. This is an Arctic cold front. How can you tell? The high pressure behind it. Now, when we see low pressures with a lot of isobars, you know it's a strong low. Now you take these that are going to the high pressure, which is sitting right there. That means this is a strong high, which means it's most likely of Arctic origin. So you got this, you got the front and a little wave just kind of sitting out there by Oklahoma. All these things are going to come together for us. Now on Wednesday morning, tomorrow's fine. Wednesday morning, you've got that rain chance beginning. As we go into the afternoon, it's still likely raining, but the wind's shifting to the north behind the front with that wave, and now you're trying to change that rain over to some snow, either late Wednesday afternoon or into Wednesday evening. That will last into Wednesday night, and yes, it could indeed have some light accumulations with it. So we are not done with this winter thing yet, nor are we for a while. Temperatures right now, if you look around the Kentucky Mesonet, most folks are sitting in the upper 20s. Wind chills are in the teens. Tonight, variable clouds, a little light fog will be down around 20. It's cold. Your day tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, still cold, upper 30s, but we will get some of that snow out of here, but we'll try and replace it. Rain changing to snow Wednesday night. 40 for the high Wednesday. Then the highs are freezing and below thereafter with lows in the teens and single digits. Nancy?
You're killing me, Bill. You are literally killing me. Well, the CDC is suggesting schools cancel some sports and extracurricular activities. Coming up, why some health experts are pushing back against that suggestion. The rise in COVID and flu cases has a lot of people worried. The new solution Moderna is pursuing that could fight both viruses at once. That's coming up after the break.
Don't get stuck paying more for internet that does less. Switch to Spectrum Internet and enjoy a fast, more reliable connection. Get Spectrum Internet with a free internet modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Includes speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-815-4999. And don't get stuck with slow speeds from other providers. Spectrum Internet gives you enough bandwidth for all your favorite content on all your devices with no data caps. Includes parental controls to protect your family. Add advanced home Wi-Fi for even more security features. Plus monitor who can access your network and when.
Homework time.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-815-4999. Don't get stuck paying more in fees. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month with no contracts, no added taxes, and no hidden fees. Call 833-815-4999.
All Kentucky driver licensing is moving from circuit clerk offices in every county
to regional offices.
And the new regional offices offer more licensing choices than ever before.
Get a driver's license valid for 4 years.
or 8 years.
Get a real ID
or a standard license.
Renew online or in person.
You can even visit any regional office you'd like. It's next level licensing.
Learn more at drive.ky.gov.
Here's what people are saying about a state tree service.
They're honest, have experienced staff, fair rates, and I trust the quality of their work.
They were professional and courteous, and cleanup of the job site was great.
They are prompt, reliable, and they always make sure I'm satisfied, which is why when I have tree care needs, I call a state tree service.
Our mission is to provide safe, quality tree care at a fair price to Central Kentucky. Go online or give us a call for a free quote.
Drop the attitude and apologize.
No.
Okay, you're grounded.
Great.
Give me your phone.
Fine.
You want to keep going? You like your bed? Lord, give me the strength.
New Keenan tonight on NBC.
Wrecking Ball! Yeah!
The biggest laughs come from the smallest songs.
Tiny dancer Elton John. What? We are far too black to know the words of the song.
New That's My Jam tonight on NBC.
Watching LEX 18 News at 5:30.
Job that you might consider as tough as parenting in a pandemic is teaching students during a pandemic. We're sitting down with people in various professions and asking them a simple question. How are you? Chris Conti kicks off this reporting by meeting with an educator who speaks for so many as she shared what keeps teachers going.
It is 5:30 on a Wednesday night. Mary Rose Steele should have gone home hours ago. Her 3 kids are waiting for her, but this high school math teacher still has tests to grade. Do you feel like you're just in survival mode?
Constantly, yeah. If I stop and think about it, it's worse than I really kind of let on, but I just need to kind of keep going.
This is her 22nd year of teaching. Mary Rose loves what she does, loves teaching, but the last 2 years, they've been exhausting. Have you had any points where you've questioned whether or not you can stay?
Every day I question if I can stay. Absolutely.
These are sentiments shared by teachers across this country. Classrooms can't be set up the way they used to. Kids need to be spread out.
I have 2 years of classes that I've never seen their faces.
Last week, half of Mary Rose's students were out with COVID. Midterm tests are approaching. Kids are falling behind.
With students that are out now, they're missing review and they're sitting at home, they're emailing me and they're worried, and their parents are emailing me and their parents are worried, and guidance is contacting me because guidance is worried. All about the same kid.
An estimated 1 in 4 teachers say they are considering quitting their jobs right now. When you sit and listen to what we're asking of educators in this country, you understand why.
I'm tearing up right now thinking about it, but yeah, there's just a lot of things that I've changed over the past 2 years that I miss. I miss telling the students that they can sit on the floor when they want to sit on the floor and do work, or go in the hall, and it's just this constant thought in the back of my head about if I'm doing the right thing.
There are glimmers of hope, though. Not everything is bad for this educator who has walked these hallways for years. How do you keep going?
It's the bright spots. The bright spots are fewer and far between, but the bright spots are still there, and that's really the students.
So she keeps going for the kids. Amid the staffing shortages, the extra classes she's teaching, and the constant worry she's not good enough, she keeps going.
I just kind of assume that they know the best form of me that I can possibly be, but they don't. They know the shell of the teacher that I used to be.
Like so many teachers across this country, for Mary Rose Steele, answering that question, how are you doing, is not easy right now. Nevertheless, though, her work continues. She's not ready to give up on educating our children. I'm Chris Conti.
Some health experts are criticizing the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for suggesting that schools cancel some sports and activities. The CDC recently advised schools to cancel some high-risk sports and extracurricular activities. The list includes football, wrestling, and band. The CDC points to the recent spike in COVID-19 cases. An infectious disease expert disagreed, though, calling the guidance unrealistic, and said he worries people will not follow it. Moderna is working to combat COVID and the flu as both cases of the virus continue to increase. The pharmaceutical company's CEO says the company is planning to combine a flu shot and COVID booster shot into one. The CEO also adds that this should help address people's concerns about getting separate shots. Moderna plans to have the vaccine ready by fall of this year. It will only be in certain countries. If you're planning to travel to Hawaii, you may be required to have a booster shot. Hawaii's governor says his office is considering changing its definition of fully vaccinated to having 3 doses. That means you would have to have a booster shot. People without the booster would have to isolate for 5 days upon arrival. As of now, only Americans can visit Hawaii. Some exceptions are made for international tourists. Your streaming bill is about to get more expensive. Coming up, why Netflix is bumping up their prices. Plus, change is brewing for the owners of Ben & Jerry's ice cream as the company looks to expand everything but the fish food. We'll explain next.
Kroger Delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop any way. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Thank you for hooking Logan up here with this membership.
You know, fellas, you don't have to be associated with UK to become a member.
Want to become a UKFCU member? There are many ways to join. Find out how at ukfcu.org.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Metro by T-Mobile is giving you more with a big 5G upgrade. Now, choose from the largest selection of free 5G phones like the Samsung Galaxy 5G. All with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. Get more for the new year. Only at Metro.
At Kroger, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Official UK station coverage sponsored by CHI St. Joseph Health.
Get ready to shell out a bit more money for Netflix. The streaming company announced a price increase for all U.S. customers. The standard plan is going up $1.50 to $15.49. The premium plan is increasing by $2 to $19.99, and the basic plan goes up $1 to $9.99. The company says it's updating prices so it can continue to provide quality entertainment. Country music legend Dolly Parton is teaming up with Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream again to re-release her strawberry pretzel pie flavor. Just like the singer's coat of many colors, the menagerie of hues in the frozen treat comes from a mix of cream cheese, red strawberry sauce, and pretzels. When Jenny's released the flavor for a limited time last year, the company website crashed within 2 minutes from demand. The ice cream will launch when the weather is a little warmer in April. Jenny's website's also offering a special edition pre-order of Dolly's new album with an exclusive bonus track for just $8. That album drops in March. Speaking of ice cream, the owners of Ben & Jerry's ice cream are eyeing an expansion. Ben & Jerry's parent company, Unilever, has made several proposals to buy GlaxoSmithKline's product line. That's the company that makes Tums, Advil, and Aquafresh toothpaste. The buyout would help Unilever revive its sluggish stock and ramp up its focus on health products. However, GSK rejected the offers, saying they're too low. Unilever execs are putting together a new buyout strategy to expand its healthcare product line. The Federal Aviation Administration is working to clear up some restrictions as cell phone companies start launching 5G services. Some of the most popular aircraft landing where 5G signals are have now been cleared by the FAA. The agency specifically cleared 2 devices that measure altitude used in many Boeing and Airbus jets. Phone carriers plan to launch more 5G services near airports Wednesday. The FAA has been working with the companies over interference concerns on navigation devices. It previously banned 5G near 50 airports. Now about 45% of the commercial U.S. aircraft fleet can make low visibility landings near 5G airports. The bad weather meant many Martin Luther King Jr. events were canceled, but an NAACP chapter in Richmond marched despite the cold and snow. LEX 18's Mike Valenti has more on their story coming up at 6. And former gubernatorial candidate Larry Forgy was laid to rest today. How friends and family gathered in Lexington to celebrate his life.
A lot of firms out there are not allowed to do tax planning. Their mother company won't allow them to even engage or actually even talk about tax planning. The deeper we got into it, we're like, how can you not do tax planning when you're talking about investments? So we had to become a fiduciary firm to go out on our own. Once we became our own firm, we decided that tax planning was going to play a key instrument in the overall planning that Family Wealth Group does. This is one of the areas that makes us really different from a lot of your firms.
I could really use a cup of coffee. How are we coming on the quarterly report? Can we put this into a virtual presentation for the board meeting? Oh. I haven't seen anything this fast since Monticello Bank approved our business loan.
When you apply for a business loan at Monticello Bank, you'll get a loan officer who will work hard to approve you fast. Start or grow your business with a loan from Monticello Bank.
You know, a car wash would be
good exercise.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trish Takis, and I'd like to welcome you to Beaumont Family Dentistry at Leestown. It is a privilege to introduce Dr. Jill Miller, Dr. Erica Higginbotham, and Dr. Turner O'Brien. Our priority is to offer you premium dental care by using the most advanced technology, including CEREC same-day crowns, implants, Invisalign, and scanners that take images of your teeth, eliminating messy impressions. We offer oral and IV sedation as well as nitrous oxide to make your visit more relaxing. To learn more, visit BeaumontFamilyDentistry.com.
Hello, I'm Dean from Dean's Auto Care. This is my son Joshua.
Sooner or later, your vehicle's going to need a repair.
When it does, you want two things: honest, skilled technicians and a fair price.
You'll get both at Dean's Auto Care. Take our $50 alignment special. No one in the area comes close to that price.
Don't pay for the overhead and ad budgets of the big box shops. Trust Dean's Auto Care.
Wait, I'm not getting paid to do this ad?
Nope, me neither, so get back to work.
Dean's Auto Care means auto care.
Take the most trusted name in local weather with you everywhere you go. Download the free LEX18 Storm Tracker weather app today. Here's what's on tonight on LEX18. LEX18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX18 on your device. Count on LEX18 News.
Coming up on LEX 18 News at 6, we take a look at road conditions across the region after our weekend winter storm. Plus, people in central Kentucky honor and remember the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the Lexington Humane Society is taking part in the Betty White Challenge. How you can take part on what would have been Betty White's 100th birthday. This is LEX 18 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Larry Smith.
And I'm Nancy Cox. Thank you for joining us for LEX 18 News at 6. Well, central Kentucky is covered in a layer of snow today. Take a look at this drone footage over the city of Lexington, captured by chief photographer Brian Stoll.
I think Brian had a lot of fun shooting this. What do you think?
Yeah.
Here in Lexington, we didn't get as much as other areas of the state. We saw 2 to 3 inches across the city, but areas in the southeast of the state saw, well, half a foot or more. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack for more details on that.
I'm just enjoying the pictures with the rest of you. That really is pretty. From the Pepper Rick House in the Distillery District, it's almost as pretty as you look there along Manchester. We're going to watch changing road conditions over the next few hours, though. Now that the sun's down, we will see things that had just been maybe wet during the course of the day with the chemicals on them. As temperatures drop a few more degrees, we could see some of these ice up, so black ice could be a problem for you as we go through the latter parts of tonight. Some roads also still just snow covered, so it's winter driving. Slow down, take your time, don't rush to get to where you need to be. 6:01 on the MaxTrack Live Doppler, and we are looking at a good scenario for tonight and tomorrow. You're sitting in the upper 20s, 28 Richmond and Mount Sterling, Flemingsburg's 26, 29 in Frankfort, same in Monticello, London's 28. Lexington, we're in the upper 20s as well. So as you look here on the future track, do expect to see some clouds hanging, a lot of haze and some low cloudiness hanging. As we continue through the night, it will actually develop some light fog as well. Temperatures low 20s getting your day started. So wind chills will be down in the teens. Do be aware of that. Do be prepared. As we continue through the day, some sunshine. Okay, that helps. Thermometer heads up into the upper 30s. Our normal high is in the low 40s, so we'll be a little bit below that. The wind will pick up some out of the south. So that southerly wind is trying to bring in milder air. So even though we'll see temperatures upper 30s, your wind chills will be down in the 20s for most of the day. Specifically, when you look at your Tuesday, clouds around in the morning, low 20s, upper 30s to finish. We are talking a snow chance, but when? Find out in a couple minutes.
Such a tease. Bill, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Let's take a live look at the roads now. After last night's snowfall, our mobile cam is on Paris Pike in Lexington. As you can see, the main roads look great. Nicholasville Road, New Circle, Man of War, the interstate. You may still find some trouble spots when you branch out on the smaller side roads. Now, keep black ice in mind later tonight as those temps drop even further below freezing.
In Madison County, road crews kept busy treating and plowing the roads, and people noticed. This is an aerial view of the Kingston and Big Hill areas. There's quite a bit of snow on the ground, but roads were relatively clear. We saw snow crews busy trying to make travel safer. Some folks say the only problem they had was walking up a sledding hill near Berea College, but they gave a thumbs up to the snow crews.
Not bad at all. Yeah, the city was ready for them. The county was ready for them.
Public schools are closed tomorrow in Madison County. Check out LEX18.com for the latest up-to-date school closings. There are still thousands of people without power from the storm, mostly in a stretch from McCrary and Whitley counties up to Powell County. More than 9,000 customers are currently out, according to the website poweroutage.us, which tracks several different providers. The biggest outage right now is Laurel County, which has more than 2,300 customers without electricity.
Our LEX18 viewers have been busy snapping photos of the snow from their communities, and Laura Miniard capturing these photos of a wintry wonderland from Fleming County. Look at that snow, just picturesque, everything coated in a blanket of white, fluffy snow. Pam Farthing sending us this photo of the snow in Estill County. You can see the heavy, wet snow sticking to tree branches and power lines and weighing them down. Even the dinosaurs got in on the fun today. Leslie Deneen shooting this video in Madison County. A couple of dinos getting in a snowball fight. Looks like even a puppy on your screen there came out to check out the action. Everybody having fun. If you have snow pictures or videos, we'd love to see them. Just send an email to news@WLEX.tv or find the Contact Us section on LEX18.com.
That's how they became extinct. Now we know. We want you to be prepared before the next weather system comes. Download the free LEX18 Storm Tracker weather app for Apple or Android devices, and you can get weather alerts, see the forecast, and get a look at the Max Track Live radar.
While the weather has forced the postponement of several events on this MLK Day, the Richmond-Madison County chapter of the NAACP was able to go ahead with its plans.
They marched through downtown Richmond in honor of Dr. King. LEX18's Mike Valenti was there.
In the spirit of making today a day on and not a day off, dozens of participants marched down Main Street in Richmond to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On this MLK Day of Service, the NAACP chose the theme March for the Homeless. Partnering with local homeless shelters, the organization collected donations for those in need. We spoke with the NAACP branch president, who said the frigid temperatures made today's march even more pressing because it highlights the struggles those without a home have to endure.
We are doing something to give back to the community, not just marching in commemorative of the holiday, but to use the holiday to enhance the needs of those who are around us and be supportive of them.
And Reverend Brown says Dr. King's sermons about selflessness and equality are just as relevant today as they were then. In Madison County, Mike Valenti, LEX 18 News.
Organizers canceled the annual Freedom March in downtown Lexington, which is held to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. due to weather conditions today. But the ceremony that's normally held after the march went on as scheduled. The celebration included taped messages from Lexington Mayor Linda Gorton and Governor Andy Beshear. He said honoring Dr. King's legacy this year takes on new meaning in the Commonwealth as we continue to fight the pandemic and in the month after those devastating tornadoes in Western Kentucky. The event's co-chairman said Dr. King would probably be horrified at where we are as a nation today.
Many of the causes, many of the values that Dr. King dedicated his life and his work to are in jeopardy. I mean, who would think that in 2022 we would be struggling for the franchise. That voter rights would be at stake. But they are.
Chester said they hated to cancel this morning's march, but with the cold and somewhat icy conditions, they didn't want to put anyone in harm's way. They plan to march again next year.
To mark the date of his 80th birthday, the Muhammad Ali Center and American Red Cross have teamed up to collect blood donations in celebration of the three-time heavyweight champ. January is also National Blood Donor Month. The American Red Cross says the blood supply is at a 10-year low for this time of year. Muhammad Ali, as you may know, born Cassius Clay in Louisville, was known for using his fame to promote charity and peace. Today's event was a chance for members of the community to do their part and help give back, just like the famed boxer did.
Legendary actress and animal lover Betty White would have turned 100 years old today. She died on New Year's Eve at the age of 99. In honor of her birthday, the Lexington Humane Society and Tito's Handmade Vodka are matching donations up to $1,500. It's all part of the so-called Betty White Challenge. Betty White was an advocate for animals and was often quoted regarding her love for vodka. Donations help all shelters, including the Lexington Humane Society.
You know, during her life, we know that she was a great advocate for all of the creatures. And when she passed away, I think a lot of people got together and thought, how can we pay tribute to this great icon? What can we do? Something that she would look down upon and be impressed with, something that she would be a part of. And so the hashtag Betty White Challenge came across on social media, and that was a way for shelters to get donations from people, you know, just $5 in honor and tribute to Betty White. So we started that a couple of weeks ago. We had the puppy named Betty White, which was a great way to kick off the campaign and get some attention. And that has done fantastic. I think we've raised over $6,000 online, people that support Betty White and what she did in her life and her advocacy. And they're paying support to us through her, and that's fantastic.
But you can always help the Lexington Humane Society. Doesn't have to be a special day, by donating cash or food and other items. If you donate $10 or more, you'll be entered to win a Tito's gift basket. Well-known Kentucky politician Larry Forgy was laid to rest today.
Coming up, how his friends and family remembered his legacy.
Right now, the new alarm sounded over the 5G wireless rollout. Airline CEOs warning of big flight disruptions as soon as Wednesday. Also, rising manatee deaths in Florida. Our exclusive access to where sick manatees are being treated on Nightly News.
As health professionals, we're on your side.
We do everything we can to keep your kids happy and healthy so they can do great things.
We encourage you to immunize your kids up to age 18 because the facts are clear.
Childhood immunizations are a safe and simple way to prevent illness.
Sé el héroe que tus hijos necesitan hoy para que ellos sean héroes mañana.
Ask your child's healthcare provider about the benefits of childhood immunization.
How's it working out with Benny here at the credit union?
Yeah.
I'll be right with you, man.
My bad. Benny's better at football. We're better at banking.
He's working out, in a sense.
UK Federal Credit Union. It's banking, only better.
I'm John Morgan. If you've been injured on the job, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan. Pound Law. That's all.
Make sure your furnace is ready for the winter chill. Save money with Georgetown Advantage Air's service maintenance plans. Our certified technicians are here for you day or night, and we always beat the other guy's price. Georgetown Advantage Air. We will impress you.
St. Joseph Health has expanded its affiliation with Cleveland Clinic Cancer Center. As a leader in cancer screenings, diagnosis, and treatment for more than 40 years, St. Joseph Health continues to bring world-renowned cancer care to our communities. We'll now be able to reach more Kentuckians with highly specialized care, expertise, and convenience for you and your family. Whether you are newly diagnosed, want a second opinion, or would like to schedule a cancer screening, give us a call at 844-940-HOPE.
People don't really realize how much of an impact the feet have on the rest of the body. What I really like about the Good Feet system is the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. And when the body's aligned, you're going to feel better and you're not going to have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
In Kentucky politics, certain names will always be remembered. Larry Forgy is one of them. He ran for governor 3 times, never won, but still made a big impact on the campaign process in Kentucky.
The longtime Republican died last week. As LEX 18 political reporter Carolina Buchek reports, today his family and friends celebrated his life.
Larry led a full life.
Family and friends said goodbye to Larry Forgy today. The 82-year-old was part of Kentucky's political landscape for decades, and he was once the GOP's star candidate. He ran for governor 3 times and lost a very close election in 1995. His daughter, Catherine, hopes people remember that he always fought for Kentuckians.
I hope that he is remembered for being an independent thinker, for being a strong conservative Republican in our state, for putting people first.
News reports show that Forgy had a gift for speaking, but his bluntness sometimes got him involved in controversy. History also shows he wasn't afraid to go against his political party or stand up for what he believed in. In 1987, after more than a year of gathering support for a gubernatorial race, Forgy quit. Reports say he was uncomfortable with the quid pro quo nature of political fundraising here in Kentucky. It's something many politicians have talked about, but Forgy actually stood his ground. In his next attempt for governor, he limited his campaign contributions to $300 per person, which is a fraction of what is allowed by state law. His family said he loved being on the campaign trail, and he loved talking to people.
He loved what he did. He loved being out among the people. He had a blast going to a large formal event with Kentuckians present, or going to the market to get a bologna sandwich and shaking hands with the people there having lunch. He was one of the most personable people you would ever meet.
So despite not making it to the governor's office, Forgy's name is one that will be remembered. In Lexington, Carolina Buchek, LEX 18 News.
No question. Well, our next weather system could bring more snow.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack has your full storm tracker forecast coming up next.
It's Tennessee Hate Week for the BBN. The men's and women's teams are set to play the Vols.
Yeah, never an easy game for either program. We'll tell you how the Cats can get the win. And Jack Goose Gibbons is joining in.
BBN Tonight, presented locally by CHI St. Joseph Health.
Hey, the meeting? Meeting? Is that today?
You forget something today?
Like calling Fayette Heating and Air?
Right now, receive a system check for only $39. Call Fayette Heating and Air today.
I knew I had to take charge of my life. I didn't recognize myself. Now with Jenny Craig, I've lost 27 pounds and 3.5 inches.
Introducing the revolutionary Max Up, the one-stop, most effective weight loss solution. Limited time offer. Join now.
Symptoms are never convenient, but untreated, they could change the rest of her life. Chest pain, shortness of breath, and numbness could be the first signs of something more serious. Grandpa! At Ephraim McDowell, we provide a full range of services for what matters most to you.
Looking for games that multiply winnings up to 200 times with more than $118 million in total cash prizes and a top prize of $1 million? X marks the spot. The new X scratch-off games from the Kentucky Lottery.
Explore the past with the Kentucky Historical Society. Take a day trip to the capital city of Frankfort and visit the Kentucky History Center and museums. One ticket gives you access to 3 sites and endless Kentucky stories. Members receive great benefits like free admission and unlimited access to resources both in person and online. Your support helps important programs like Kentucky History Education, research, and exhibitions to reach communities across the state. Join now at history.ky.gov.
Comfort Heating and Air. What's wrong?
Comfort Man, my house is freezing.
Never fear, Comfort Man is here. Right now, get an HVAC tune-up for only $69.
Thank you, Comfort Man.
I'm on my way. Now serving London and Corbin.
Another fun weekend. We saw the snow flying, sleet, freezing rain mixed in as well. The winter scenes from our various cameras around Lexington, and it's replicated in a whole lot of places. So on the MaxTrack Live Doppler, we are going to keep it quiet tonight and tomorrow. That will change, though, as we get you into the middle of the week. The good news, we have passed halftime of meteorological winter. Now, most days since the beginning of December through now have been quiet, tranquil. A lot of them have been warm. We've just had two doozers, though, that weren't. And the big snow from a week and a half ago and what we had over the weekend. Hey, we get a couple of day reprieve before the next round of stuff arrives. And there is some real cold and looks like prolonged temperatures way down lurking out there in the 8-day. For the winter season, 12.2 inches officially at the Bluegrass Airport. That is just a shade under what is normal for the entire winter season. So we've got about a month and a half to add to those totals, and I think we will before the week is done. This was our snowfall forecast from Saturday. So overall, we think it ended up being pretty good. We had the mixtures of stuff coming in. I started plotting these actual, what people measured out in their backyards onto the map. And again, they lined up pretty well with where our forecast was. There were a couple places it was off by an inch or two. But as I was plotting these out, you can find the areas where the heaviest snow fell. And we kind of outlined most of it here for you. So you see that running from Fleming County through Rowan County down toward Laurel County. So, okay, that's interesting. But then I looked at one of our maps without all the stuff on it and how that corresponds with where the Daniel Boone Forest is and that first ridge of hills. So really interesting how all that lined up for you. Snow, it is indeed plentiful as you run up from the upper Midwest all the way down through the deep South. Excuse me there. And in fact, you got snow all the way down into Mississippi. The Carolinas got blasted by this storm, and then all the way up to New England. So again, you can just follow the track of this monster system that is finally exiting off to the northeast. We have seen the snow showers and flurries lingering, especially in the east today, but we picked up that little skiff of snow that came in during the morning hours, added to the snow cover that we already had out there. High pressure down there in Florida, sliding in behind that low, and as it does so, it's now going to turn our winds to the south tomorrow. So we'll bump the temperature up a little bit. Now here comes a front. As that front approaches on Wednesday, rain breaks out. As that rain breaks out, Arctic air behind it begins to change the rain over to snow late Wednesday, going on into Wednesday night and early Thursday morning. So the bottom line is we could actually do some of this all over again. This does not look like a big system, but still the potential is there Wednesday into Thursday of a little accumulating snow. Temperatures are holding steady in the upper 20s down the 127 corridor, Lawrenceburg, Harrodsburg, Danville at 28, although Liberty comes in at 29. Boonville's at 28, West Liberty's 26, 26 in Carlisle. Right now, Bluegrass Airport, temperatures have been holding steady in the upper 20s. You've got a west wind at 11. Your wind chill comes in at 17. As we look at temperatures over the coming days, you notice there isn't a lot of warmth there. So for tonight, variable clouds, some light fog will drop down to around 20 tomorrow. Let's go partly to mostly cloudy. Thawing is going to be going on. It'll be in the upper 30s. Rain comes in on Wednesday, changes to snow Wednesday late into Wednesday night. A few snow flurries could last into Thursday. We're going to keep an eye on Friday, likely passing to our south. But there's the cold, both in the daytime highs and the nighttime lows. Josh.
Thanks, Bill. Kentucky basketball shot up the rankings after setting the Nets on fire in their domination of Tennessee. And another starter for Kentucky football's defense is back for next year. More on that ahead in sports.
Professional Bull Riders Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour returns for an all-new 2022 season. Watch as riders from around the country face the world's most ferocious bulls. Join us for the Lexington Invitational, February 5th at Rupp Arena. Tickets start at $15. Get yours today at PBR.com or Ticketmaster.com. Get them while you can and find out what it means to be cowboy.
Looking for a little adventure? How about games that multiply your winnings up to 200 times? X marks the spot. With more than $118 million in total cash prizes, X marks the spot. And you can win up to $1 million. You found it. The new X Scratch-Off games from the Kentucky Lottery.
Funding more than $4 billion in grants and scholarships.
Everything kind of happened young for us. We've got 4 kids and they're growing. We just built our dream home. I wanted to incorporate the dream closet.
The first time I saw my closet, my reaction was holy.
That was one of those moments where I'm like, yes, I finally did something right.
You get a lot of things right. To some people, it's just a closet. But for me, it's the journey of where we've ended up.
We're Justin and Gurjeet, and this is our California closet story.
I am a real customer of Bryant Heating and Cooling, and I have been now for 11 years. Why do I do this? Because Bryant has always been here for me. I've had units go down, but when I called them, they were here, and they never left my home until I was comfortable. My system gets regular maintenance, so I know that my furnace is going to perform its best, even in the worst conditions. But if it doesn't, Bryant will be here. That's why I do this.
Start your morning laughing with Kincaid and Dallas on K92.9.
Volunteers came into Rupp Arena Saturday with one of the best defenses in the country against Kentucky. And I've got to be honest, I couldn't really tell after the Cats put on their best shooting performance in a conference game in the last 25 years. A ridiculous 67.9% from the floor, scorching the Volunteers, 107 points, the most against a top 25 team since 1994, as well as the most ever against their border rival. The performance launched the Cats up from number 18 to number 12 in the latest AP poll. UK is also number 12 in the coaches poll.
I feel like we proved, not only to other people, but to ourselves that, we could play with anybody in the country. We always felt like we could play with anybody in the country, not, us beating up on smaller schools and stuff like that. We always feel like, we could compete with the best of them best. And I just felt like tonight we went out and showed that.
I think if we play like this most nights, we're not going to be having too many more L's for the rest of the year. I mean, we shared the ball. We made shots. We played with pace. And all that, is predicated and started on the defensive end by getting stops, rebounding the ball, and doing what we do best, which is running.
Now, stop me if you've heard this before, but Ty Washington Jr. was named SEC Freshman of the Week again. The UK guard has won the award for the 4th consecutive week, 5th time overall. He's the first UK player to do that since Devin Booker won the honor 5 times in a season back in 2014-2015. Against Vandy in Tennessee, Washington averaged 21.5 points per game and 4.5 assists, recording a career-high 28 points against the Vols. He is the only freshman in the country averaging at least 13 points and at least 4 assists and at least 4 rebounds per game while shooting at least 45% from the field and 40% or better from 3. For the second time in a week, the UK women fell to a top 5 team by double digits. As a result, the Lady Wildcats dropped 4 spots in the latest AP poll to number 23. Kentucky led after the first quarter 17-11 against number 5 Tennessee on the road, but were outscored 73-41 the rest of the way. The good news is All-American Ryan Howard had a good game against top-level competition, scoring 24 points, but obviously it wasn't enough. UK returns home Thursday at 7 to face Florida. Brad White and UK football continue to receive great news this offseason as another starter on defense has decided to run it back one more time. Terrell Agin announced Saturday that he will be returning for his 6th season as a Wildcat. This is huge news for UK, who will have a young secondary next season. Agin has started at strong safety in 21 of UK's last 24 games. He's recorded an interception in each of his 4 seasons at UK, including his game-sealing 95-yard pick 6 against Chattanooga this past season. And it's been a struggle for the EKU men's basketball team in recent weeks. The Colonels are still in search of their first win of the new year. EKU lost to Jacksonville State Saturday by 11, the team's fourth straight loss. The Colonels are 0-4 in conference play, but aren't ready to hit the panic button just yet.
No, like you said, no reason to panic. We still have, 12 conference games left? 12 conference games, and, still got the tournament. Still have the same chances as everybody else in the conference to win the tournament, which is our ultimate goal anyway. So no reason to panic. Just stay the course. Just keep learning, keep getting better.
Hopefully they turn it around. We'll be right back.
New home furnishings are arriving daily at Lexington Furniture. You'll find quality name brand furniture and accessories in stock and ready for immediate home delivery. Lexington Furniture, from traditional to transitional and everything in between.
Looks like junk, right? Not to Signature Heating and Air customers. That's $500. Signature Heating and Air pays you for your old HVAC system when you replace it with a new one. And that's not all. They can save you as much as 25% over mega HVAC companies in Central Kentucky, and lower overhead means a lower price. Call Signature Heating and Air today and stay warm this winter.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because as a fiduciary, it's our responsibility to always put clients first.
So you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. We help clients enjoy a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility.
One that we don't take lightly. It's why our fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. Fisher Investments is clearly different.
The biggest problem I noticed before I got my hearing tested was that I missed what people were saying. Sometimes I would just ignore it, smile, shake my head. When I went to Bluegrass Hearing Clinic, they treated me like family. Now that I have my hearing technology, the difference is amazing. I hear the notes differently. I hear my bandmates when we're in harmony differently. I couldn't imagine my life without them.
Now offering Saturday appointments. See more at bluegrasshearing.com.
Oh, man, that is wrinkly. Like, not even just a little wrinkly. That's a whole lot of wrinkly. I've got wrinkles on top of wrinkles. At least my shoes look good.
Help prevent wrinkles in the dryer with Bounce Wrinkle Guard, the mega sheet with 3 times the wrinkle-fighting ingredients.
New home furnishings are arriving daily at Lexington Furniture. You'll find quality name brand furniture and accessories in stock and ready for immediate home delivery. Lexington Furniture on Industry Road next to Market on National.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.